everyone. So I am here for day, I don't even know, 4 or 5, somewhere around there. Insert number here. Not feeling the greatest. So sorry the lighting's going to be a little off today. I've got a little bit of a headache, and I think it has to do with these overhead lights I don't do well with. I never have, and as I've gotten older, it's just kind of gotten worse. So normally when I'm teaching, I don't actually have the overhead lights on. I have these. And so I plug them in, and that's what we're going to use today. It's a dark and gloomy day outside, which is great. I love that. But I did not sleep well last night, and I have a headache right here. So I know that a storm is a-brewing outside. And my allergies are acting up. So I'm going to get through what I can today and then probably go home. I have so much to do at home too, so it's not like I'm gonna go home and take a nap, even though I might want to. I'm not going to do that because I still have plenty to do. So. Camera, I did bring in something. Ta-da! My wonderful, amazing husband got me a refrigerator for my classroom because sometimes when I have back-to-back classes, I get very little time to eat, and so I have this now. It is not plugged in. I'm not going to plug it in until we get closer to school starting. I'm just airing it out so that the plastic smell kind of comes out. And there's the box for it. So, yeah, I'm so excited. I should put my Polar in it, but like it's not going to keep it cold, so yeah. So this is where we're at right now. This is a fairly good spot. The baskets at the bottom are projects. Honestly, not mine, so I'm keeping those in those bins, and I will go through them over time. Those are mine. This first stack is my books, my resources. This was from the classroom library, and also my ordering catalogs. That real big stack right there. And then this is just magazines, art magazines that sometimes I like to refer to. My pop-up books, the things I like to make copies of for early finishers. These I like to make copies of as well. Some supplies. I haven't totally gone through that. I know what it is, but I just don't have that space done yet. I have some treats here as I'm working. I have my Post-its, extra command strips, extra Velcro, the really quick early finisher things such as we're standing in line, there's a would you rather, what if, true or false. I also have some dictionaries left over from teaching middle school, Kinyarwandan and Swahili. These are, I know it says prize box. I'm not going to talk about that today, but just know that it's not necessarily a prize box. And then this is my red bin that I will put my emergency things in. I don't know how controversial this is, but I do let the older kids, so I mean like 4th and 5th grade, know that I do have some severe allergies to mushrooms, so I will go into anaphylactic. So I do keep an EpiPen on me, and I will have one here in the classroom, and it will be in the red bucket. And I let them know that because sometimes they do and sometimes they don't come with a paraprofessional. And my nurse could be busy or not in the building, and they just have to know where it is. I know how to administer it. It was part of my training that I received back in my first year of teaching, and I've done it just about every year since. So it is something that I'm familiar with how to administer, but I do let them know where it is just in case, I am unable to get up or anything like that, that they can just get me the red bin. It's also an emergency bin for it has gloves in it. It has my wrist brace because I have developing carpal tunnel. Hooray! And Band-Aids. I keep Band-Aids over here too. I'm not going to talk about this today, but I have Band-Aids over here as well. But that's just like an overflow area. So I put together that shelf, and the other shelf I'm actually going to take home. It may come back. It may not. I don't think it's going to go home today because I'm looking outside and it's downpouring. I checked the weather and it said that this is supposed to continue raining until 2. I'm going to be honest, let me try and get out of here at noon. I know that means I've only been here for 3 hours, but I think I need to go home and rest. And tomorrow's a fun day because it'll be bulletin board, day course stuff. But I'm going to take down this gosh darn number line because I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And I'm also going to take down that clock because that also bothers me. So that's what I'm going to do right now. In hindsight, I probably should have taken that down first, but I guess gravity did the work for me. Cool. Many people have preferences when it comes to bulletin boards. There's a tried and true bulletin board paper that can be found on rollers. The better than paper, I
I don't know actually what it is. And many people swear by it, but I've never wanted to kind of delve into that investment. And fabric. You can also paint it, and I will be doing that with the hallway bulletin boards at my school before school starts, but that also involves asking permission, and it can be pretty pricey. So if you do want to go down that route, make sure you get permission to do it and you get reimbursed for it, because gallons of paint are so expensive, and I don't have that kind of coin. I've used fabric for my bulletin board since pre-COVID. And during our panini precautions that followed, it was helpful because I could spray or wash the fabric and not worry about weird spotting or chemical reactions. And this year I'm going to be purchasing additional fabric for unrelated to bulletin board reasons. Stay tuned for that. But otherwise, this fabric has followed me through 3 different classrooms, and it remains as good as ever without showing holes from my push pins or staples. I also had to move many miles with this fabric, so it kind of has some nice longevity in travel, just so you know. I consider these an investment, and honestly, if you want to save even more, you could probably find fabric such as old tablecloths or sheets and repurpose those, or get them from your local thrift store. I don't need to throw these away at the end of the year like I do usually with bulletin board paper. I just wash, fold, and tuck away my storage bins for the next year. Typically, I've bought my fabric at Walmart, but I know that a lot of people also will do investment through Joann's or, as a pre-mentioned, thrift stores. A standard bulletin board is a little smaller than 2 yards, and 2 yards of fabric is between $3 and $5, depending on what kind of fabric that you get. Walmart will sell fabric, the pre-wrapped ones, in yards of 1, 2, 4, 5, and sometimes you can find 6 if you're lucky, but those tend to be just very, very small amounts. I also don't have to change this for the rest of the year because I don't have to worry about paper fade. Even though my whole wall is all windows on one side of the classroom, this fabric is going to stay the same from the day I put it up to the day I put it down. And I love that I don't have to, take it down and be like, oh, so that's what color red is. That's really nice to know. While I will be taking the paper from the previous teacher that was up on these bulletin boards and using it for some collaborative art at the beginning of this year, ultimately, it's probably just going to get thrown away because it's very thin paper and I don't trust it with a lot of media. Whereas with my fabric, when it's no longer usable, I'm going to cut it down and repurpose it for another project in my class, like weaving or sewing. I want to be clear that my classroom is not going to be a Pinterest classroom at the end of this. You won't find matchy furniture, bins, or even a theme. I stick to cool tones to keep a chill vibe, and after that, it's just a lot of interests that I share with the students. Things like Funko Pops, Pokemon, manga, anime, snuggly critters, squishmallows, and books. Obviously, also some rainbow in there because I am the art teacher. But I use a lot of that for management purposes. I'm always completely enthralled by those of you who can commit the time and money to having matching anything. I just don't know that I could do that. Probably because if I did try to do it, we would get up to something obscene like day 26 of classroom setup, painting table chairs to match the table colors to go with my beach theme. And listen, nobody wants that. Especially not me. I will lose interest way too quickly for that. So, my hat's off to you, those of you who can do that. For me, I'm just going to hope to make it through the year.
Okay, I'm getting ready to go. It is 1 o'clock. It's actually 12:58, but we'll call it 1. So, I'm going to show you what I did today, and then I'm going to get out of here, leaving an hour later than what I planned on, but again, once I just get into the swing of things, I really just feel like it's time to go. So let's walk you through what I did today. So I will talk about this in a different video, but I have my fabric for my bulletin boards Yes, there's some wrinkles. Oh well. I prefer fabric, personal preference. I have started putting some of the things up how I want them. I'll walk in tomorrow and see how I feel. I made out my new list of posters are over here, whether they are academic or not. Just my oversized stuff. Borders. This is still the miscellaneous table. The empty containers table. Another like decor, kind of just random stuff table. I have some things that are for projects here, and I have some things that are for decor here. Who knows where it'll end up. I have some decor stuff here, but mostly just trash. This is all put together here-ish enough. That stuff is back there for right now, just out of the way, but it isn't terrible that it's back there. I kind of like that it's back there. And yeah, my trash pile in the back is gone because I take out my trash every day, my trash and my recycle, because me being here is not part of custodial plan. Okay, so just be nice, take care of your stuff. Okay, we're all on the same team here, and it does me no harm to do it. I did take care of that box that was back there. This is mine. This is my cart of stuff to go home. I'm not going to take anything big home today. I just don't really have the energy to do so. So that's just going to stay here. And yeah. So that's where I'm at. Thank you for joining me today. Gonna turn off my lights and head home. I'll see you tomorrow, Friday, last day of the week, and probably my last day to really devote time into this room. That's not lesson related, so